Have you ever had a day where you did almost nothing? No work, no school, no exercise, no big responsibilities? You just stayed home. Maybe you scrolled on your phone. Maybe you watched videos. Maybe you played games. Maybe you told yourself, I'm just going to rest today. But then the day ends, and somehow you feel even more tired than before. Not physically tired, but mentally heavy, like your brain has been carrying something all day, even though you did nothing. And that is the strange part. How can doing nothing make you so exhausted? Most people think tiredness comes from doing too much work, too much stress, too much movement, too many responsibilities. And sometimes that is true. But there is another kind of tiredness that almost nobody talks about. The tiredness that comes from doing too little. The tiredness that comes from lying in bed all day, but never actually resting. Because the truth is, your body can be still while your brain is working the entire time. And when that happens, doing nothing does not feel peaceful. It feels draining. When you are doing nothing, your brain does not simply turn off. It starts searching for something. A thought, a distraction, a problem, a memory, a reason to feel bad. So you open your phone, and at first, it feels harmless. One video, one message, one post, one quick scroll, but then your attention starts jumping. From a video, to a comment, to someone else's life, to your own life, to something you should be doing, to something you are avoiding, to something you regret, to something you are worried about. And suddenly, you are not resting. You are switching, again, and again, and again. And switching takes energy. Every time your attention moves, your brain has to reset. It has to process something new. A new image, a new sound, a new opinion, a new comparison, a new emotion. So even though your body is doing nothing, your mind is constantly reacting. That is why you can lie in bed for 3 hours and still feel like your brain ran a marathon. This is the part most people misunderstand. Rest is not the same as low movement. Real rest is not just sitting still. Real rest is when your nervous system feels safe enough to slow down. But a lot of modern rest does the opposite. Scrolling is not always rest. Overthinking is not rest. Avoiding your responsibilities is not rest. Watching videos while feeling guilty is not rest. It looks like rest from the outside, but inside your mind, there is pressure. You are thinking, I should be doing something. I'm wasting time. I'll start later. Why am I like this? And that guilt quietly drains you. Because now you are not only doing nothing, you are judging yourself for doing nothing. And that judgment becomes work, invisible work, the kind nobody sees, but you feel it. Sometimes doing nothing makes you tired, because silence gives your thoughts space. When you are busy, you can hide inside the noise. There is always something to do, somewhere to go, someone to answer, something to finish. But when everything gets quiet, your mind starts bringing things up. The goal you keep delaying, the message you do not want to answer, the work you are avoiding, the person you miss, the future you are scared of, the version of yourself you thought you would already be. And that is why doing nothing can feel so heavy, because you are not just resting. You are sitting with everything you have been avoiding. And maybe that is why you keep reaching for another video. Not because you are lazy, but because being alone with your own mind feels uncomfortable. So you distract yourself, but the distraction does not remove the feeling. It only pushes it a little further away, and later, it comes back heavier. So here is the uncomfortable truth. A lot of people are not tired because they did too much. They are tired because they never truly stopped. They stopped moving, but they did not stop consuming. They stopped working, but they did not stop worrying. They stopped being productive, but they did not stop feeling pressure. And that is why a lazy day can sometimes feel worse than a busy one. Because at least on a busy day, your brain has direction. You know what you are doing. You have a task, a reason, a rhythm. But on a day where you do nothing, your brain can get stuck in a loop. No progress, no real recovery, no clear ending. Just stimulation, guilt, avoidance, and more stimulation. That loop is exhausting. So what should you do? The answer is not to become productive every second of the day. That would only create another problem. The answer is to learn the difference between fake rest and real rest. Fake rest distracts you. Real rest restores you. Fake rest makes you feel numb. Real rest makes you feel lighter. Fake rest gives your brain more things to process. Real rest gives your brain permission to stop. So next time you feel exhausted after doing nothing, ask yourself one question. What kind of tired am I? If your body is tired, sleep. If your mind is tired, turn off the stimulation. If your emotions are tired, stop running from what you feel. If your life feels stuck, do one small thing, not 10 things. 1. Take a shower, clean your desk, go outside for 5 minutes, drink water, put your phone away, and sit in silence. Finish one tiny task that has been sitting in your mind. Because sometimes your brain does not need a perfect plan. It just needs proof that you are not trapped. Doing nothing makes you tired because humans were not made to be physically frozen and mentally overstimulated. We were made to move, to recover, to think clearly, to rest without guilt. But modern life made it possible to spend an entire day doing nothing while your mind is still carrying everything. So maybe you are not lazy. Maybe you are overloaded. Maybe you are not resting. Maybe you are escaping. And there is a difference. Is not just the absence of work. Real rest is the absence of pressure. And once you understand that, you stop asking, why am I tired when I did nothing? And you start asking, was I actually resting? Or was my mind working the whole time?